A forbidden mystery is about to be revealed. Why did the angels devastate Sodom and Gomorrah? What dangerous secret did they bury? Like now, subscribe to unearth this dark secret. Stay until the end. This discovery will shake everything you believe. It was a night the world would never forget. Sodom and Gomorrah, two cities pulsing with life, wealth, and secrets. Streets filled with laughter, trade, and forbidden whispers. But that night, something descended from the heavens. They weren't just angels. They were relentless judges, sent with a mission no one could foresee. Why? What were these cities hiding to attract such divine wrath? The Bible speaks of sin, but ancient texts whisper something darker, more dangerous. A secret so great it threatened not only mankind, but the very heavens themselves. Imagine cities where power seemed limitless. Temples adorned with strange symbols, altars dedicated to forces beyond human understanding. Sodom and Gomorrah weren't just places of excess, they were centers of knowledge that defied celestial order. But what knowledge was this? And why did the angels, beings of light, choose to destroy it with fire? Some say these cities made a pact, not with gods, but with something older, more powerful. Forgotten texts, found in desert caves, speak of visitors who taught men the secrets of the cosmos, secrets that promised power, but demanded a terrible price. What if the true story of Sodom and Gomorrah has never been told? What if what we learned was just a smokescreen to hide a truth the angels wanted erased? Look at the ruins. They still hold echoes of that day. Carvings of winged figures with expressions that show no mercy, only resolve. As if they knew what was at stake was greater than cities, greater than men. Something that, if revealed, could change the fate of humanity. Have you ever wondered why some stories are buried? Why certain secrets are guarded so fiercely? Today, you are about to cross that line. To enter a mystery that defies faith, logic, and history itself. Get ready. What comes next will make you question everything you've ever heard about Sodom and Gomorrah, and maybe even about the angels. To understand what happened, we need to go back to the beginning, to the moment the angels set foot on earth. The story we know begins with a call, not a gentle whisper, but a command that echoed through the heavens. The angels, beings we imagine as messengers of peace, were not just that. They were warriors, executors of a will beyond human understanding. When they set foot on earth, their wings cast shadows that made even the bravest tremble. But why Sodom and Gomorrah? Why did these cities, among so many others, draw the relentless gaze of the divine? The Bible tells us sin was the cause. Lust, corruption, disobedience. But the ancient texts, the ones history tried to forget, tell another version. The Book of Enoch, an apocryphal manuscript found among the Dead Sea Scrolls, speaks of angels who not only judged, but watched. They were guardians of secrets that men were never meant to touch. Secrets that, if revealed, could challenge the very order of the cosmos. Picture the scene. Two cities shining in the desert. Their towering walls, their bustling markets. But behind the opulence, there was something more. A pact, not with kings or priests, but with forces that transcended the physical world. The Book of Enoch suggests that Sodom and Gomorrah were not destroyed merely for their moral sins, but for something far more dangerous: forbidden knowledge. What was this knowledge? Why did the angels, beings of light, descend with such fury? The answer lies between the lines of ancient texts, fragments of cuneiform tablets, and stories whispered by scribes who feared what they wrote. These records speak of celestial visitors who shared with men the secrets of the universe, secrets about creation, about power, about the very fabric of reality. But this knowledge came with a warning. To use it was to challenge the heavens. Sodom and Gomorrah, according to these sources, crossed that line. Their leaders, obsessed with power, made a pact with these visitors. A deal that promised wealth and dominion, but drew the attention of something far greater. The angels did not come merely to punish, they came to erase. to erase evidence of a cosmic crime that threatened to throw the world into imbalance. What if I told you that the angels did not come to judge men, but to protect a secret? The Book of Enoch reveals that the angels destroyed the cities to hide something humans were never meant to discover. Knowledge so dangerous that its very existence could change the destiny of humanity. Look at the ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah. They are not just piles of stone. They are witnesses to a battle beyond the physical battle between men who wanted to be gods and angels who swore to maintain order. But what was so important that it justified such destruction? What secret was worth the fire of heaven? These questions take us to the heart of the cities, to what was truly happening within their walls. Something the angels knew, and that we, even today, are only beginning to uncover. But what was this secret? To find out, we need to look at the cities, and at what they were hiding. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah rose like jewels in the desert. Their high walls gleamed under the scorching sun, and their streets pulsed with life. Markets overflowed with spices, fabrics, and gold. Priests chanted hymns in temples, adorned with sculptures that seemed to watch every step. But behind this opulence, something dark was brewing. Something the angels could not ignore. Sodom and Gomorrah were not just cities of excess. They were centers of power, knowledge, and forbidden secrets. Modern archaeologists, digging through the ruins of the Judean desert, have found evidence that defies everything we have been taught. Stone altars engraved with symbols belonging to no known culture. Broken vessels with residues of strange substances, as if used in rituals no one dared to describe. What was happening inside those walls? The inhabitants of these cities were more than sinners. As the Bible suggests, they were seekers. Seekers of a power beyond the human, beyond the earthly. Ancient texts, hidden in monastic libraries and forgotten caves, speak of leaders who built altars not to gods, but to entities that came from the stars. Entities that promised unlimited knowledge, the kind of knowledge that could make men feel like gods. Imagine the scene. Priests gathered in secret, under the flickering light of torches, performing ceremonies that defied the laws of nature. Whispers of pacts made with beings that did not belong to this world. These pacts, according to ancient legends, brought prosperity to the cities. Their harvests were abundant, their armies feared, their riches incalculable. But at what cost? Modern excavations offer disturbing clues. In 1975, archaeologists found fragments of cuneiform tablets near the Dead Sea, just a few kilometers from the supposed ruins of Sodom. These tablets, almost destroyed by time, spoke of celestial visitors who taught men the secrets of the cosmos, secrets about the creation of stars, about the manipulation of matter, about the power to shape destiny. But each inscription ended with a warning. Those who sought this knowledge would face divine wrath. What if I told you that these tablets reveal more than just myths? They suggest that Sodom and Gomorrah crossed a forbidden line, embracing knowledge that the angels were sent to erase, knowledge that cost the total destruction of the cities. Why so much secrecy? Why did the inhabitants of these cities risk everything? The answers lie in the altars, in the inscriptions, in the echoes of rituals that still resonate in the ruins. Sodom and Gomorrah were not just sinful cities. They were an experiment that went too far. Their leaders believed they could master the cosmos, but what they received in return was relentless judgment. Look at these ruins today. They do not tell only the story of destruction. They bear the scars of a pact that should never have been made. A pact that brought angels to earth, not with messages of hope, but with fire and fury. And, at the center of it all, a secret the heavens wanted buried forever. But how did this secret reach the cities? And why were the angels so determined to erase it? To understand, we need to look at the moment they arrived and at what they found within those walls. The darkness of night was torn by a light that did not belong to earth. When the angels arrived in Sodom and Gomorrah, the air grew heavy, as if time itself was holding its breath. They did not come with songs of peace or promises of redemption. They came with fire in their eyes and an unrelenting mission. The streets, once filled with laughter and trade, now echoed with screams of fear. Men and women ran, not understanding what was coming. But the angels knew. They had always known. Why such urgency? Why destroy two entire cities with such fury? The answer lies in the man they chose to spare. Lot. The Bible describes him as righteous, a man worthy of salvation. But what if the truth is more complex? What if Lot was not saved for his virtue, but for something he carried? Something the angels needed to protect or hide. Picture the scene. Two angels, cloaked in light, appear in Lot's house. The crowd gathers outside, demanding answers, but the angels remain calm. Their faces impenetrable. They tell Lot to flee, not to look back. But why? What did Lot know that made him so important? Apocryphal texts, hidden for centuries, offer a disturbing clue. They speak of an artifact as sacred, or perhaps profane, object that contained the secrets of the heavens. An object that, in the wrong hands, could challenge divine order. The streets of Sodom trembled as the angels walked. Temples, once glowing with torchlight, now seemed fragile under the weight of their gaze. The altars, covered with strange symbols, seemed to pulse with a secret that could no longer be contained. Lot, at the center of it all, was not just a bystander. He was a keeper, someone who, by accident or destiny, held the key to something the angels feared. What if I told you that Lot was not saved by his faith, but because of an artifact? According to ancient legends, he carried an object that contained the forbidden knowledge of the heavens, a secret so dangerous that the angels destroyed entire cities to ensure it never fell into the wrong hands. What was this artifact? A scroll? A carved stone? Or something beyond imagination? The texts do not say clearly, but they suggest it was the proof of the pact made in Sodom and Gomorrah. A pact that brought power, but also the wrath of the heavens. As the angels led Lot and his family out of the city, the sky began to roar. The fire was coming, not as punishment, but as erasure, an attempt to bury what should never have been discovered. But something survived. Something Lot took with him. The ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah do not tell the whole story. They are only the beginning. What the angels tried to destroy may still be out there, hidden, waiting. And what if this artifact is the key to understanding not only the past, but the future? To find out, we need to look at the moment the heavens opened and fire fell upon the cities. The heavens opened and fire fell. Sodom and Gomorrah, cities that defied the heavens, were consumed in minutes. It was no ordinary punishment. It was a destruction so complete, so precise, it seemed planned. As if the angels did not want to punish, but to erase. Erase every stone, every altar, every trace of a secret that should never have existed. Imagine the chaos. Screams echoed as flames danced through the streets. Temples, once proud, crumbled to dust. Markets turned to ashes. And above it all, the angels watched, unmoving, their wings blazing against the crimson sky. Why such violence? Why leave nothing behind? The answer lies in what these cities held. Forbidden knowledge, an artifact that Lot carried as he fled. Something the angels swore to destroy at any cost. The Bible describes the event as the wrath of God, but apocryphal texts tell a different story. They speak of a celestial cleanup operation, a mission to ensure that no trace of the pact made in Sodom and Gomorrah survived. The fire was not just destruction, it was a veil, an attempt to bury a secret that threatened the order of the universe. But not everything was consumed. As the cities burned, Lot and his family ran through the desert, guided by the angels. The artifact, whether a carved stone, a scroll, or something beyond our understanding, was with them. And, according to ancient legends, it was not destroyed. It survived, hidden perhaps, in Lot's possession, or passed on in secret, far from celestial eyes. The ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah, now explored by archaeologists, tell a story of devastation. Stones vitrified as if melted by impossible heat. Chemical residues that defy modern explanations. Some scholars believe the destruction was more than natural, perhaps the result of a force beyond known science. But what intrigues most are the nearby caves in the Judean desert. Caves that hold echoes of the past. What if I told you that fragments of Lot's artifact still exist? Historical records suggest that parts of this object were hidden in caves in the Judean desert, the same caves that, centuries later, would house the Dead Sea Scrolls, a secret that survived the fire, waiting to be found. These caves, carved into the rock, are more than tombs of the past. They are time capsules, protecting truths the angels tried to erase. But who hid these fragments? And why did the angels, with all their power, fail to destroy them completely? The answer may lie in the men who survived that night. Men like Lot, who carried more than their lives. They carried a burden the heavens feared. Look at the desert today. The ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah are silent, but not mute. They whisper of a secret that survived the flames. A secret that, if discovered, could reveal what the angels so desperately wanted to hide. But where is this artifact now, and who is protecting it? To answer, we need to look beyond the ruins, to the echoes that still resonate in the desert, and to those who may be guarding the truth to this day. The fire that consumed Sodom and Gomorrah did not erase everything. The ruins, silent in the desert, hold more than ashes. They hold questions. What was the artifact Lot carried? What did it contain that justified the destruction of entire cities? And, most importantly, where is it now? Today, archaeologists, theologians, and even conspiracy theorists believe the angel's secret was never completely buried. They believe it survives, hidden, perhaps protected by hands that know its true power. The caves of the Judean desert, where fragments of the artifact may have been hidden, are more than mere hiding places. They are sanctuaries of a forbidden past. These same caves house the Dead Sea Scrolls, texts that challenged our understanding of history. But what if those scrolls were only the surface? What if, deep within these caves, something else was waiting? Something Lot, or those who came after him, swore to protect. Modern theories suggest that the artifact, whether a carved stone, a scroll, or something beyond our imagination, was passed down from generation to generation. Some believe it is in the hands of a secret society, a group operating in the shadows. Guardians of knowledge, the angels tried to erase. Others say it was destroyed, lost forever in the flames of Sodom. But the truth may be more disturbing. What if this forbidden knowledge is still being used? What if, even now, it is shaping the future of humanity? Imagine a hidden organization bound by an ancient oath, protecting a secret that could change the world to destroy it. Apocryphal texts speak of guardians of knowledge, men and women who bear Lot's burden, keeping the artifact hidden from the eyes of the world. But why? To protect humanity, or to control its destiny? The evidence is scarce, but intriguing. Archaeologists report strange discoveries in the Dead Sea region. Fragments of metal inscribed with characters belonging to no known language. Objects that seem to defy the technology of the time. These discoveries often disappear before they can be studied. Coincidence, or something more? In 2023, an archaeological expedition in the Judean desert found something that made the world hold its breath. An artifact discovered in a remote cave covered in symbols no scholar could decipher. Initial analyses suggested a connection to Sodom and Gomorrah, perhaps Lot's very artifact. But before it could be studied, it vanished. The expedition records were erased, and the archaeologists involved refused to speak. Someone, or something, wanted this secret hidden. This discovery raises questions that echo beyond the desert. Who took the artifact? A secret society? A higher power? And why, even after millennia, is this secret still so dangerous? The ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah are not just relics of a distant past, they are a warning. A reminder that forbidden knowledge, once uncovered, cannot be contained. Today, as we look at the desert, the caves, and the stories they hold, one truth emerges. The angel's secret is not just a story of the past. It is a shadow hanging over the present, a mystery that continues to defy our understanding. But who is behind it? Who ensures this secret remains hidden? And what will happen if it is finally revealed? To find these answers, we need to look beyond the flames, beyond the ruins, to the legacy the angels tried to erase, a legacy that may still be among us. What does this mean for us? And why does someone still want to keep this secret buried? The ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah remain silent, but their voices echo through the millennia. The angel's dark secret, which brought fire from the heavens, is not just a story of the past, it is a warning. A reminder that knowledge, when misused, can challenge even the divine order. Lot's artifact, with its forbidden secrets, may still be out there, hidden in caves, guarded by invisible hands, or perhaps being used to shape humanity's destiny. Think about it. As the sun rises over the desert, the shadows of the ruins challenge us to ask, what really happened on that fateful night? Why did the angels, beings of light, choose to erase entire cities? And why, even now, does someone seem determined to keep this secret buried? The 2023 discovery, that artifact with indecipherable symbols that vanished without explanations, suggests the story isn't over. It lives, pulsing in the depths of the unknown. Look at the world around you. We live in an age of breakthroughs, of discoveries that defy what we believed possible. But what if, somewhere, the knowledge of Sodom and Gomorrah is still at play? What if the flames that consumed those cities were only the beginning of a greater battle for control of truths that could change everything? Have you ever felt that chill? That sense there is more than what we are told? The ruins, the caves, the ancient texts all point to a mystery that transcends time. A mystery inviting us to seek, to question, to refuse easy answers. The angels tried to erase this secret, but it survived. It's in the stones, in the scrolls, perhaps even in the hands of those watching this video now. The question is, are you ready to seek the truth? Or will you let this mystery be lost to the desert sands, as so many have before? The angel's secret is not just a story, it's a call. A call to look beyond what we were taught, to dig deeper, to confront what the heavens tried to hide. Subscribe now and activate the notification bell. Join us on this journey to uncover the mysteries the world tried to forget. Comment below. Do you think Lot's artifact still exists? Your answers, your questions, may be the key to the next chapter of this story. Because truth, like the desert, is vast, relentless, and never stays buried forever. The truth is out there. Will you search for it?